good afternoon. Oh. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, quick one. You're welcome to this session. God bless you. Let somebody pray for us so that we can start immediately. Yeah. It's 12 o'clock already. Let someone pray for us so that we can keep up. A Christian brother or sister, Muslim brother or sister in the house, pray for us so that we can just start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويا ربي انصرنا ونصرنا نصر بجاه رسول الله وموسى كعيسى. Almighty God, we are committing this session to your hand. Come and take prominence and let us benefit from it all, and consider the favor you bestowed on your chosen one, Muhammad, Moses, and Jesus Christ. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Amen. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Yes, we want to look at the market. As usual, before I go on, I want to encourage us to also, I think we are improving in terms of moving. Noise has gradually reduced. Please, let's maintain that culture that, we unmute to ask questions or to contribute. After that, you unmute yourself again so that we can flow. Whoever that's asking questions or whoever that's discussing will flow, because when there is started running and there, it will affect whoever that is discussing or asking questions. Please, let's do that. Today we have a lot to do, but we are seeing what has happened in the market for the past 1 month, that we have seen increased volatility as a result of what is happening in the globe. So see the impact of Russia-Ukraine conflict on the markets around the world, which our market is not excluded. That means whatever that is happening globally is also influencing our market. That's why we can see some panic selling pattern in the market all these days, despite we are the peak of earnings season. To tell you that if such thing is happening at this point, what will happen when the heat of the election comes to the market? That means you and I should prepare ourselves to change our strategies and also to keep to our trading rules. That's your trading objective, that you have good entrance and good exit, and also looking at your stop loss. You have to keep the culture now, because we have seen what has happened these days from that February around the 24th to what has happened a month during this period. Now we are going into the second quarter of the year already. I believe that from first half of this year, which is around from June, we'll start seeing more political activities that will also put into the market. Either more liquidity will flow around, or even panic also, or uncertainties also affect the market. But for you and I to play safe in this environment, that's why we're gathering this afternoon, so that we can increase our knowledge and also learn to use different tools to protect our investment. Risk management is very important when you are trading in a volatile market, so that at the end of the day, you'll be in a better position to smile. And also, we're seeing that we're already at the peak of any season and at the close of the end of a quarter, and the market for the week under review has dropped into red. See, the market has broken down the 47,000 mark, which I said earlier, if you have been following me, that once they break down, that confirms what a decline state or decline phase of the market. We have seen the accumulation state, we have seen the markup, we have seen the distribution state for over from February, around the February 2nd to almost the day it break out down. They break down the support level. Market have been in that consolidated stage in that period. For that, this is the time for you to also apply those technical knowledge you have, and also what is happening in the environment to guide you in taking wise investment. These are how to trade at this season. But before we go further, I want to tell you that the earnings we have seen from the beginning of any season to this day have not really impacted market much as expected. It tells you that these earnings have been priced into the price before it came, and that's why prices are probably up to where it is and started to kind of side trend, and that side trend lasted for more than a month. But now we'll not see a pullback again, and this pullback is when we are already at the close of the quarter, and we have a lot of activities that will come in at this period. But one thing that I'm sure that we should guide you, that when there is volatility in the market. Also, today you see kind of a doom and doom situation. The next day you are seeing a exciting market. It tells you that you as a trader, how will you position to take advantage of those doom period and the exciting period, so that if you prepare yourself early and also well and know the right stock to position, whether the market is oscillating or not, you are not bothered, but rather your eyes on the market to see what is happening, because you are positioned in right stock, using the right strategies and using the right tools to know where to be at a particular time. So as I just said, as we speak now, we have seen that the volume yesterday for the week under review and the previous week, we've seen a kind of a reduced volume, even when the market is in the red, a pullback. So that means people are not ready to sell. Traders and investors are still watching the market. They're not ready to exit, because if you are seeing huge volume in a down market, that will send a lot of panic to us. But we're seeing the market pulling back, not on the strength of volume, people exiting, but on the strength of highly capital stock that brought the market to up like this, and the one that don't lost marginally, the week under review. It tells you that as to see more results from other companies, it will balance the market situation. As at the week under review, yes, we saw that the market has crossed down the 47 mark, but there are some stocks that are responsible for this. It's not because that the people are running out of the market. You can see that there's mis-sentiment already, even in all this. That means people are still taking position in those sound stocks, those stocks that are presenting opportunity for investors to buy low and sell high. It is now done on you and I to know those right stocks to buy. What happened last week was a lot of stock like Nestle, MTN, ETI, GT code that was adjusted for the bonus of for the dividend of 270 kobo and that of FBN holding. These are the stocks that suffered losses last week, and I'd rather put the market into a red position. And as we speak now, we're expecting results to come. And the funny thing is that the corporate action we have seen a kind of for me, the payout we are seeing now is not impressive. But the numbers of this company is what will give you insight that where is the company going. That's why I tell you that it's not only the payout that was so guide this time. You have to look at what is the strength of the company. Are they making new brand? Are they acquiring another person's market? Are they expanding? What is the position of the company? That is where you should be looking at. If you get it right, you won't be panicking at all at this point, because the payout of most of them are not attractive for me. I see them when I saw the dividend of 50 kobo from Fixing. Yes, Fixing has an pension as at unaudited account about 1 naira for something, but they are paying 50 kobo. So that of me and Baker 30 kobo. So that of Cabe 50 kobo and Cornerstone 5 kobo. Now I've seen that of Transport 2 kobo. But you want to look at the strength of this number. I will tell you the number that might have from Transport is not a bad number, but you know that Transport, they have cash, they have money, but there's no cash. You see the fund, but they don't have cash as liquid cash with them, but they are making good money. You see the kind of growth in their numbers is a very impressive one. And also don't forget Transport is a utility company that they will make money. But it's because the way we're operating here in Nigeria that we're not seeing that reflecting on their pillars. That is the only thing I see in Transport. I see a good performance in that company. That means those that are in Transport, yes, you might say because of the people they pay, price will not rally, but the strength of the number will keep that stock a bit stable in terms of performance. Then we want to look back to see that of PZ number that came was also impressive. But that PZ number, I will tell you, is the other income that came from their disposal and the scrap state that supported that number. But see, you see the good number, because a company that moved from around 59.89 billion to 74.54 billion, is good. That about 24 and above, or 20 and above percent in terms of growth. Also, PAT moved from 1.02 billion to 5.6 billion for PZ. And also in that direction, see 0.26 kobo to 1 naira for kobo. It's a good one, but if you look at the profit margin, it tells that the company has a long way to go, because as we speak now, the profit margin for PZ for 2021 is about 1.669%. Now it's about 7.5. It's still okay looking up, but still they are still struggling, because it's still below the standard of having that are 10% in terms of profit margin. But the numbers are not good, but if it's sustained, the stock has hit another 2 weeks high. If you are a trader or investor that has target in that stock, like those in buy and sell signal, no, we are going to give you signal by tomorrow, by money to sell, because that means our target and surpass it. One is making another new high. It tells you that it has entered, but yes, the numbers are good, but still, for me, not too okay. Don't forget that when you meet your target in equity investment, you need to exit. But also, there's a way you can also watch the trend. But for those that are buy and sell signal, we'll give you signal to sell by Monday, because we know that I've attained our target. We need to also come out. That's for that. But before we go further, I want to look at what is happening. We have seen the earnings of this company, and now we're entering another phase. I'm telling you, 2022 is different from 2021, 2020. Now the economy, we have seen the growth because so far in the economy, which the numbers from growth statistics and all have given us an insight what has happened. Insight what has happened within this period. That means we really want to know exactly how to choose value stock, because trends are changing. Why the trends are changing? That it is this year 2022 to know really where the economy is going, and a company that will sustain the tempo we saw in 2020 and 2021. For you as an investor or trader, you need to know those quality for you to use to choose those companies, because whether market is volatile or not, whether we are in recession or we are in a progressive economy, there are some companies and some sectors that are identified to always generate returns. And don't forget that this earnings is what support equity prices on the long run, on the short and on the long run. For that, you need to have a company that has capacity to continue to grow its earnings and sustain that earnings. Once you're able to do that, you are ahead of the market. Like I said, companies with strong fundamentals and good prospects are going to perform this market, whether in prosperity market or election year where there is uncertainties. Our market is going to do well, especially companies that in this market, despite the oscillation, target those companies that have the potential that you see them doing well. If they are doing well, their numbers will be supported. We are seeing inflation picking up. Which are the companies that can pass even when they increase the price of their product to consumer, and they still do well. These are the way you should be looking at. That's why I said companies with strong fundamentals and good prospects are going to outperform this market, despite the ongoing volatility and also what is happening in Russia, and even uncertainty that associated with election year, even election year itself, because this company will always be there. How do you know them? I want to give you 5 things you should watch out in any company. No, yes, those that are following us in better, you have another strategy. I gave you those support. Today, I want to add to it so that you understand how to identify companies that will survive any market situation or any economic situation. That at the end of the day, if you're in such companies, you are at rest, because you know that number that will come from this company is going to support their price going to the future. Once you're able to identify such companies and you stay in this company on time, I'm telling you, you are going to make money at the end of the day. One of the factors that I look at, is that company a market leader? When I mean market leader, is the company selling a particular type of product or in a big volume that it can outperform its competitors? Yes, for example, if you look at the healthcare sector, whose company that has such character that their product line, even their sales in terms of their sales are higher, and they're making volume in their sales, but it will reflect on the top line. You will see that. That's why is that company a leader, a market leader? When I mean a market leader, in the product they are serving, in the sector whether are they the one leading? It's not particular you should look at. That's the number one. If the company selling a particular product that others are not selling, or they are selling on a big volume, to outperform their competitor in that market, you need to know that. That's number one. Number two, you need to know the multiple product line or the multiple source of income for that company. There's a company that they have product line, but they're having other source of income. Does the company has other ways of generating revenue beyond its initial product or service that is offering? You need to know that. What is the company product line like? Is it just two products in their line? Do you have multiple product line? No, not like what their target market. What is the market they are targeting? If they are targeting both adult and youth, okay, if they are targeting elderly or youth or the newborn, you need to understand the kind of target of their product line. Once you're able to do this one, also it's going to guide you as you are going into a volatile market, even with uncertainty, because this will support the bottom line of this company. At the end of the day, when they post positive number, going to support their price. The third one, if you look at, do they have big backlog to meet up? Is the demand for their product, is it ahead? That like some company that yet demand of their product alone did not even meet it. For example, if you remember, stock like Fresco, stock like Kokomun, during the border closure, he said that he said even 3 years ahead, they will not be able to meet, they won't be able to meet what the demand for their product. It gives you something, to give you an idea. Do they have backlog that they are, even as you see that they could palm oil that they are using for all this biofuel now that has increased, and Malaysia is not meeting up. No, what are you seeing for that sector? To give you an insight. That means there is demand for the company. The company has a big backlog to meet. That they have that backlog to meet. Tell you that, especially manufacturing company, tell you that there is not anything going for them. Does it have a lot of future also order? You need to know. You still have future order that yes, people are still giving order that they want to meet and they are producing. No, if you have all this at the market, it will guide you to know where you should put your money, because I'm telling you, they're going to be what we call shift in consumption. Because if inflation continues to go high, at the same time, people's earnings are not big enough to go. Because this is the time they will drop luxury items, one that they now go forward, they substitute the alternative one that are even doing the same thing, but which companies that know that their products are not too expensive. These are the things you also to be considering when you are taking your decision at this point, because you need to know all this. But these are the third one that I give you. Another one is strong cash generation. Do they have the capacity to generate cash? Strong cash generation capacity. Do they have it? Do they have that ability to do that? Does the company constantly produce expanded or cash flow or expanding its revenue to support what? To support earnings? Because these are what we need. We need to know, does this company consistently consistently produce or meet its what it needs, customers needs, that cash flow will be consistent, cash flow will be strong. If that is ongoing, because the operation of that company is bringing enough cash flow, you don't have fear. Like I always say that when you see company operating cash flow that is dwindling and earnings is looking up, it's a matter of time it will reverse. But when a company cash flow is looking up and earnings of the company is looking up, that means the company is heading somewhere. That is how you should invest as an investor or trader. Don't be bothered that the market is kind of oscillating here and there. People want to say they want to. No, it is a market that you make money, but only that you have to invest wisely in good companies that are fundamental, and also to check them to see the right price to buy and sell. The last one here is that do they have large institutional ownership or that has support? For example, what is the shareholding structure of this company? What is shareholding of the company? It's another way of saying a company that the price will also remain stable, even when there's a this oscillation, and even when there is a kind of a bearish market, because the shareholding structure will support the price. The large institutional ownership you see in that company, do they have it? Is it one person that has it? Is it all Nigerians that have it, that if the price go up today, they want to drop it tomorrow? No, you need to look at what is shareholding structure of this company. It's very important. Does this institutional investors or institutional investors in the company, are they managing other people's funds? Just like we have PFAs that are there. Because when they are investing, they don't just invest anyhow. They know where they are putting their money, and they don't jump up also easily because they are long-term investors in such a company. You need to understand this. Once you're able to get this, that means you are ready also to take your investment to another level. Once it is done, that means you also understand what is happening in the market. You don't need to panic. Once you're able to choose this company, because this will help you to have your watch list. Once you are using these criteria as well as explained, these 5 criteria or factors to choose this company from the market, to now use your technical analysis to chart them to know the right price to enter and the right price to exit. Because this is the right time for you to effectively combine your fundamental and your technicals. And that is why in the coming masterclass, we have kind of strategies that will help all investors to see those stocks that they can pick and not pick and make money effectively from the market. But once that is done, that says that yes, we are good to go. That is how to invest as we speak now, because that is the only way investor can make money in the market. Because once you see these these activities that are there in the market, you can easily make money and also be smiling to the bank. Once that is done, you are good to also go. because that is the way to go ahead. That is the way to forge ahead because you have information. But when you are panicking, you don't have information to get into those positions, it becomes a big problem for you. But for now that we're explaining the factors that you use, these are what you use to pick those good companies. I put a watch list. Now we have seen the factor that you should focus on to do that and to go a long way to support your investment decision. Now that you have selected this good stuff, now go to chart to look at what is happening in the chart. Like this morning now, we have given you all this now. Let's look at how the market has performed for the week under review and what are we expecting in the new week. Yes, we have seen the results that came from, we have not seen the figures from fixing, but I know that number was positive. We have not seen that from final one from me and Peter, but the one from transport as we speak now, the one from BZ I just mentioned, they are very, very impressive. These are good numbers. So you all ask yourself, would they sustain this kind of numbers going into the future? These are the things to look at. Even when there is no income in this economy, would people say they want to stay in darkness for transport? This will also guide you. Like I said, you need to know the kind of service they're rendering and the kind of market they are servicing. Once you're able to get this at the back of your mind, it will help you. But the good thing is that you want to know the right price to buy these stocks and the right price to sell. And that is where technical play is very important too. Also, how to manage the risk. You have seen a stock with this criteria I've given you, but you don't know the right price to buy it or the right price to sell. Because I'll tell you, fundamental is telling you about what past experience or what has happened, past event. But now, technically, I'll tell you what is happening because you are seeing the behavior and the sentiment of the people in the market. That is what technical will tell you. If that, what you do, that means you must up your game to know how to use your technicals and also effectively with your fundamental. Once you combine it in any market, even though you are trading any other investment instrument, you are sticking to its fundamental and technicals to know what is happening. Once this thing is done, I'm telling you, you are good to go. Yes, as we continue before we go into question and answer, you see the chart display now. You can see this is a chart, a daily chart, or a daily chart. You can see, for the good thing is that I decided to bring up to like 30 indicators. But the most important one to me, which I always tell people, is that this T line, and this T line is the blue line with the candlestick here. If you are with me here, you can see are you seeing the blue line here? Hello, are you seeing the blue line with the candlestick? This blue line is what I call the T line.
Yes.
If you are following me on the live class, you know that I don't joke with it because this serves as what we call Fibonacci. And that Fibonacci, if there's time, we can discuss it or do it on Monday. Fibonacci also tell you exactly the support and resistance level when the stock is coming down or market is coming down. It might help to know that it might get to this point and bounce back. Also, what the T line does here too, that whenever you see the market touching T line and bouncing back, it tells that the market is still strong. If you check from here, you can see that the price index or the market index or NGX index is above what the T line. Whenever it comes below the T line, it tells you that is the time for you to exit your position and watch carefully to see when to come back. It will make it easier for you to catch your sell and buy in the stock. Because once it's above it, you can buy if you are not in that stock. Once it crosses down again, you can sell. But wherever the index action or price action is above the T line, tells you that the stock is still in good direction. You can see it here. And when you come here, when you look at what happened here, you see that the index action cross the T line up, and there's a confirmation here from the word for your MACD. You can see MACD here. The red line cross there. You can also look at the histogram here. It starts looking up here, and it sustains the trend up here. If you come down here, money flow also in that direction. You see it change the direction. You see fund entering the stock up again. These are what will help you to know exactly what is happening. And also, if you come down here, what we call the ADS. ADS help you to know the strength behind the momentum, the strength behind the rally, the strength behind the uptrend we are seeing, either downtrend. If you know the strength, that is the strength behind any rally or any uptrend, it will guide you to stay or not to stay. You can see that here, you see that market was trending here, and you can see that the red line, which is the negative D1, is above even above the ADS itself, which is the blue line, and also the green line there. But here you see they cross each other, and both the ADS and the green line now stay above the negative D1. You can see it down here. It tells you, you can see all this is a confirmation you can see here if you have all this with you and you understand how to use it, you won't bother yourself, to panic in the market. Rather, you will invest with confidence because you are not just using fundamental. You are seeing the behavior of people in the market. That is why a good trader or investor should keep watching the market and also have instruments to watch the market. Your fundamental is good. I said earlier, use it to put your watch list. But the price to enter or exit, fundamental will not tell you. It is your technicals will tell you. And that is why I brought these indicators up and this chart so that you can see exactly what. And this for a weekly, a daily chart. You can see what is happening here, up here, and also how to take profit in this kind of market. And this is one of the topics we're going to discuss in the master class. Exactly what we're going to watch if you're in a stock that has strength. Because as I said earlier, as we are expecting to start seeing Q1 results from April, because we have seen most of the audited accounts for December year end the market. But I believe that between now and Thursday we'll see more. But as from April, you now see a new financial year starting, seeing the first quarter for those financial year to give insight how to position. And it is these indicators with these numbers will tell you whether you should hold that position or not. Because if you see a company that is starting on a good note for the Q1 and you see the volume that is entering that stock, you see the positive sentiment, you know what to do. And that is how we're going to discuss on the master in the on next Saturday, how to see that kind of stuff, what you should watch and go. Even when others are finding out, because you have something that is guiding you. That is why at the end of the master class, we'll have a book like a kind of Telegram that will update that will come very fast this period, because we want to keep people that this stop go because it's still going up. If you're not going to watch, if you see that thing we are watching, we want to help you to watch to stay there. Because I will tell you there are a lot of surprises in the market in 2021. And most investors miss those surprises. But I thank God for those that participated in masterclass, they all benefited from that surprises. Also going to happen this year, there are some stuff that they will start going up from this first quarter. Even there is a oscillation, there's uncertainty in the market, they will still maintain that that trend. If you saw what happened in the life of Vitafoam. When Vitafoam in 3 years ago was selling around 3 naira 70 to 380. That stock in 2 years got as high as 24 naira. Some people that sold at 5 naira because they enter at 3 naira, they have gone out of that stock. So whether at 8 naira, they sold at 11 naira because they have made their time. But if you have what it is to tell you that this stock will still go further, you can be taking your profit gradually. These are what we are going to really discuss on the master class, so that they will know how to take advantage of the market. Because this is the time for you to have 20 stocks in your portfolio. It doesn't make sense. This time for you to have few stocks, because I told you earlier in this class that you must have your long-term portfolio and your trading portfolio. You can buy any yo stock for your trading portfolio, but for long-term portfolio, there are kind of stock that should be in a portfolio that you are watching and we are doing with that stock. For example, the one of the yo stock I will just mention here is the ROTB school. ROTB school is a stock that are also now forming a pattern of up and down movement. If you are watching ROTB school with your technical analysis, you can see that whenever it touch around the 1 naira or 80, it comes down to around 60, 62 naira, 68, it go back again. If you can trade that one for this, this stock are not stock that will be in stock that you want to keep for long. No, these are stock that you can go in and make 10%, 15% come out. So far you are doing technical analysis because there's no fundamental in such stock. But we are seeing positive sentiment and also psychology of investors, in that stock or trader in that stock. That will guide you. But to want to take profit for those stocks that have good fundamental, you are seeing volume, you are seeing earnings looking up, you are seeing positive sentiment, you are not going to jump out just quickly. No, because you want to go with that stock because that stock is going somewhere. People that entered a stock like a UCAP at a good price, even when I thought at 15 naira, they still take their profit. But some will say, I bought, I sold at 6 naira, I won't buy at 8 naira, it's high at 8 naira, I won't buy at 10 naira, it's high at 10 naira. I won't buy at 10 naira inside. But that stock still continue to go up because you are fearful. But if you have what is guiding you, you exactly know when to also exit stock and when also to stay put. Because every stock in the market has their own time. I also have their own their characteristics. They have way of also performing. For me, if you have all these indicators and also these technical ideas, going to help you a long way staying in the market. And these are what I do. Also, if you come down here, from here, you can see also what happened here. Another confirmation again, so that you look at what I'm saying. You see, our market has went up above what the T line. The T line, it is opposite now that about 2 to 3 days you can see that it is below it now. That's to be very careful. When they come up again now, you are sure. And I believe that as we are entering the last week and usher in the last days to the end of March, that usher into second quarter, I expect that market might look up, but market will start a new trend until it breaks out from 7,613.72. But as we speak now, I feel that the market is ready to go further low. It might cross back to 74 and above, before the month end, and that would be good. But I can tell you, if you are looking at this chart here, this is a daily chart, of course. But if you come here, because we are seeing the market as also trading below the T line, I see that your MACD is not smiling. Your MACD is already bearish. You can see that money flow tells you that money flow is looking for more fun. You can see that it's also like trending. You can see money flow. It's not looking like it's not looking up. But compared to
go and take your book now.
Your ADS is what you look at. Look at your ADS on a daily chart. On a daily chart, if these two lines, as we speak now, this red one comes up and this green one and the blue one come under the red one, automatically you're going to see a that means a change in what is spent. What called the line here, your T line has already confirmed because the candlesticks are below the T line. And this one, once they confirm it, but because I know that next week might see a little changes, because we're expecting stock like Total, stock like Las Vegas, others to release their audited account for 2021 by next week, because they all have apart from Fresco that have written to us saying that their own will come in April before April 31st. We'll see more coming next week, and that will change the face of the market. It's about sentiment. And now also, if I see from what is happening, the Russia said their first phase of either their fight or what COVID is, they are done with that. They want to watch again. Don't know what the next will come. But don't forget that as oil price continues to oscillate, there are sectors in our market here that will benefit from it. And the way it's going, oil price is likely to hit 200 before the end of the year. Which company will benefit from it? You can see the number I just mentioned for Transcorp. Once I just saw it as I was about to start. I didn't get detail to read the result as it came. These are companies that you should look at, because I believe that if oil price remains in the up direction, there are many companies that will benefit from that movement, which I know Transcorp will be one of them. And if you're able to take that position on time, you're going to benefit from it. But others are there, which these are what we're also going to discuss more in the master class that is coming on Saturday, which I will encourage many of you in the house to also be part of it. Yes, people are responding, it's a good one, but we encourage them so that we all make the money. This market, whether you are bringing 10 billion or only bringing 100,000, doesn't take. If you are in the right stock, you make money. That is the only thing that the market will deliver. If you are in the wrong stock, market will also treat you that way. You can see now this for what a daily chart. But before we go to that, let me quickly bring the weekly chart to make things clearer and for us to also understand what is happening in the market. As we also speak now, you can see this is the weekly chart. I'll tell you that the weekly chart for me is very, very positive. Is on the daily chart. We have seen that the market has already looking somehow. You can see that the distance between the T line on the weekly chart is still very far. You can see it from here to here. You can see it's still above it. Good. But on that, if you consider that there's a sign that market is weak. Well, yeah, you can look at this your MACD. Look at the histogram here. It's already coming down. You can see that it's strengthening down. It's higher down here. Strengthening down. Once it crosses, it now confirm a bearish weekly time frame. But as now, MACD is on a bullish time frame for weekly chart. And also you can see that your money flow is already looking down gradually here on the weekly chart. You can see money fund is not entering much in the market again. But I believe that as the MPC meeting, the retained rate is going to also put some pressure in those that physical market, because if inflation starts continue to stick higher, going to also put pressure on them. That also will cause funds to start flowing, looking for where it can make a higher return. You might see equity market being a short option for them to go come and take the high dividend yield we are seeing. And also from that note, we may expect funds coming to the market from next week, because we have now the next MPC meeting, which around May, around May for the next MPC meeting. For that, between now and that May, we'll see activities in the market, and that also going to see the first quarter result. There will be changes, because I'm telling you, because things are not looking good, there are some companies that will maintain this performance we saw in 2021, 2022, 2020, 2021. Not all. That is why you need to know those companies that have that potential to sustain the uptrend in the performance and key in them, because when the numbers are coming and we are seeing positive volume, we are seeing also sentiment and the positive technical pattern on it, tells you that those stocks have potential to go into the year, because I'm telling you, Q1 will give you an insight. It will define movement in the market again. even possible reshuffling will come, because once you see the sector that is going to do well, with all is happening, people know where they will still be talking out positive results, and they also position ahead of that number. I tell you, people that saw the forecast of Fresco, their Q3 number, Q2 number that I mentioned earlier, they are benefiting from it, and that is how you trade and invest. And you know how to stay in stock for when to jump up. Because I told this key line I just showed you now, it's another simple way to know what is happening in stock, but you need to know exactly the candlestick formation to know whether this is a good candlestick that will confirm to jump in or not. And this candlestick is part of what we're going to discuss, which I've discussed here also this slide before now, but unless you are not following, but we're going to dwell on them on the Saturday, and how to take profit is very important, because we're going to give you five stocks for the Q2. We'll call it a 5 pot stock for Q2 masterclass. These stocks will have strong value to play them within this period, and we know why we're going to treat them for you, because this current market environment needs stocks that can also use to hedge against inflation, and also no risk to make money consistently within the period. That is all we're going to do in the coming class. Once that is achieved, I'll tell you that we're going to get more opportunity to trade the market. And once we're able to enter on time, tell you that is the right time for you to also take position in the market. Because when you buy on time and the market rally with the market, you're going to make good money at the end of the day. And that is why our investment time frame or zone is 91 days for every master class. We are looking forward to seeing you. Thank you. And any question or addition to the market review this morning? Hello, question or addition to market review, so that we can go use the remaining hours for question and answer.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your analysis, for training us, for actually enlightening us. I want to ask 2 questions. Number one is on this chart. Okay. Now, we are expecting the, what's it called? The Q2 result of UCAP.
Okay, Q1.
Okay, Q1. So Q1. Okay, thank you, Q1. So, is it going to, question 1, will this chart reflect whether it will meet expectation or it's good, or will it reflect the scenario that one can judge that the stock is what one can key in or not? That's question 1. That's question 1 I want to ask. The chart, will it also reflect what's going to happen if the Q1 result is out for UCAP? Then 2 is what's going to happen? What's the information on the Honeywell as a stock? What are we expecting in Honeywell? And sorry, let me add one again. Transcode that just coming now. We saw two kobo as what's it called, as a dividend.
Yes.
The analysis says it's 100%. Can we say it meets expectation or whatever? Is the chart telling us something about it now? About this? Will the chart show the implication of this dividend that has just been released? 3 questions. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll start from the Transcorp now. The Transcorp is that market just announced they don't announce the results to the market, not too long, and the market has closed before this information came to the market. And because Transcorp, they have scheduled their meetings, front and back, when it was not coming up, market treated Transcorp that way. They sold down. This result have rallied from almost 1.28, 1.30 kobo before it went down to 1.13, 1.14. But with this number we are saying, yes, the payout is 100% adjusted, because from 1 kobo they pay to 2 kobo. But for me, it's too low at the prices they are selling. But good thing is that because there is improved number, it's a kind of indication where the company is going. And also your chart will tell you something when the market starts reacting to it. But for those that you chart, know that there's a resistance, a support level for this stock that has not broken down that resistance. And you are calculating at that resistance of 1.13 kobo, 1.14 kobo. Even this price, the number moving to around 120 or 122, they can come and take that property. That kind of stuff, you should know how to invest, because you have seen where they are going already, because the numbers are not up. And also the nature of the product or the service they are rendering also guide you. But because they have volume, you can trade it. But already when to enter is what technical analysis will tell you. And that is why you need to up your game in technical analysis, as we are doing this morning. Once you understand it, you are good to go. Yes, for Honeywell, I will tell you, for those in this class that are already in Honeywell, I will say, yes, you are in the right position. Just hold your stock and watch. For the market, you stay, work the way it is, because when market see positive number or positive news, you react to it. I think very soon we'll hear from the two companies that are entering to the merger or acquisition. We're going to hear from them very soon. Once they come, market, then you can see the price they are buying from even the major shareholder of that company, because you and I, my trader, we're going to buy off at the same price. It is then that you know. But I believe if you are there, I would say don't panic out. If unless you have made profit enough, like say don't want to disturb yourself, you can take your profit. For those that want to take first position, I would advise you are free to take that position at this point at the price. But you see, another one again is the last one, transport. I've answered you. Honeywell, the first one, sir.
UCAP.
Yeah.
One result coming out.
UCAP, I will tell you this. I will tell you, UCAP is one of the well-run or managed company in Nigeria so far. I can tell that anywhere, because we have seen the trend. What they have done. Yeah, and also they are taking advantage of their bond market. They are taking to expand. You can see it reflecting on their number. If that happens, the trend we saw in 2021 might likely continue. But the Q1 number will give you an insight, and you know what the number will look like. But if you are in that stock now, I will advise you don't need to even run out of UCAP. I will advise see the number first, because I said it in this class, and I've still repeated that when you see a positive number in a stock, you see a good volume, and you see sentiment in that stock, there's something going for the company. And you don't want to jump out of that kind of, rather you know how to play it in and out. Make sure that you are in that kind of stuff. For me, if I'm UCAP, I will also hold on. Let's see the number. And also, I don't see much different, say they go negative compared to what they did in 2021. I will kind of see, I'm expecting an improvement. And that improvement also will be an attraction to that stock this period. For me, if you are there, hold on, because we have seen that the market is not doing badly. And don't forget that this is also the market where they play. And they do a lot of other things within the financial market. For me, if you are UCAP, don't spare UCAP at this point. But what if you want to buy UCAP, and also there's a trend that this UCAP is also bringing. We won't say it's a trend now to confirm it either the next year again. Because since the market this year now, it tried to resist decline. What happened last year on the markdown, it still went down a little before that coming up. But this year, it has not gone down below the price they marked it down since the markdown. There's a strength also that is associated with that company, and gradually, which I would encourage anyone of us here that are in that stock, decide patient and work. But if you want to also buy, you won't just jump in and buy. For example, you want to buy 1 million units of UCAP. I would advise don't buy it at this price. Rather, you can take some position and watch, because if you maintain that uptrend, you're already in that stock. But if you go and buy the 1 million at once now, and the market kind of adjust down a little, but if I adjust that little, you can buy more, but don't enter fully at this point, but rather buy in stages for UCAP. UCAP has potential to go up, even surpass the 10 naira target, earlier forecast, because the number will determine where UCAP will get to. Yeah. Thank you, and God bless you. Yes, there's hand up here. And Ibrahim.
Hello.
Ibrahim, yeah, your hand is up. Yeah. Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Ibrahim. Your hand is up.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Hello.
good afternoon, sir. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thank you, as always. So I just have two questions. One is on WAPCO. I don't know, considering the sector where it's operating, where we have the...
Can you speak up, sir?
Hello.
Yeah, better
sorry,
now.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. Yes, it's WAPCO. I mean, I'm just considering the sector where it is operating, where the likes of Dangote and Boas what prospects do you have for that, or what do you have to share with us about the stock? Because of recent, I've seen that it's been losing some of the gains that it has earned over the months. So I don't know what is really happening presently.
Okay.
What is your take on that?
Okay.
Secondly, can you just briefly tell us something about Dangote sugar?
Your voice is coming down again.
Okay, Dangote sugar. Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe the network. Okay. Secondly is Dangote sugar. Can you just share some insight?
Okay.
So what is that second? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We'll start with WAPCO. I will say that WAPCO number and the WAPCO performance is for me, how I put it, it's fantastic. But the market attributed WAPCO because they pay final 1 naira. this is a company that earning per share moved from, from around 150 to almost 311 kobo. It's a good performance. And as we just said, fortunately, the sector where this company is operating, we see a lot of positive fundamental news from that angle. For me, if you're in WAPCO and the pullback, just take this pullback to buy more, because this year, even though it's a pre-election year, on the year coming, we'll see that kind of activities we saw in 2021 will also continue. Look at all the number that matter from 3 of them, because they are successfully increased price. So that means as they are increasing price in their product, they are passing this their high cost already to the consumers. And you know that as government is also trying to bridge the gap of our infrastructure, because we are lacking infrastructure. Since they are focused on it, these companies are the ones to supply what they need. This Dangote, WAPCO, and BUA. Because of this, I see a market for them, and I will say if you are in WAPCO, don't panic at all. Take your 190 event until the top also rebound time. For sugar, you know what is happening globally now, that about this war that's going. A lot of commodity prices have gone up. But for Dangote sugar, I know before now they've done enough of backward integration. If that is surpassed, and that's also going to support them here, their cost of production will not be too high. And they are also expanding in that angle. If that is maintained, we also see they're doing well. But what you will do, and also do like that, this kind of stock that we're seeing some positive or fundamental news that are positive, you need to chart them to know exactly the right price to buy them. But if you are in those stock, you are not a trader, you are an investor, you do your position. But for trader, you must try to see the right price to buy them, because you have seen that they have good fundamental news around them, and also we are seeing consumers are still prioritizing them. But the right price to buy is what your chart will tell you. But for those that are long-term investors and that are there, fine, nothing stops you from holding. But for those that are traders, don't you just only use the expectation or the prospect of that sector. You need to know the right price for you to jump in or to sell. That is why your technical is very, very important. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, Mr. Akin, your hand is up. You can also ask a question.
Okay. Going back to WAPCO, you talked about their dividends. When is the close of register, and when are they likely to pay the dividends? Thank you.
Okay. I don't have the dates now, but I know that it's this April. I don't have the exact date. I can do that. If you also go to our site, you can get the figure. Also, I will share the corporate action table of investor in the group after the class, so that you can see the date of the markdown date, the payment, and the qualification date for the stock. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Another hand is up. Is there Mr. Akindolu? Yeah. Mr. Akindolu, sorry for that. Yeah, your hand is up. You can also ask your question. Yeah. Akinwale has asked the phone. You too, your hand is up. Or if you are not there, let somebody else also ask question. Or if you have any answer to add to what I've just said, feel free to add.
Hello, Ambrose.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. For the man that asked, the closure date for WAPCO is April 1. Then the payment date is April 21.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, please hold on. Then after that, thanks for that review. We've seen the result of Transcorp, which I don't know, because of where you belong to your church, I would not say what I need to say, because already you've told us that we shouldn't expect much or a better dividend from Transcorp. But going by their own performance, I think Transcorp is a stock that one should hold for long term, those that are long term, not the quickie like you.
Exactly.
In fact, I'm impressed by their performance. In the next, if you go and they are generating more, even the hotels, the hospitality and power section. So I think let's just be there with them because of cash flow. Then the second one, I don't know if Alaji is in the house. Next week is going to be the last week for this month. Our friend Wando, they said they are going to publish the, I think, unaudited accounts for 2019 by the end of March, first quarter, and we've not seen anything. So I don't know if Alaji, and the other time he promised us that he was going to discuss with SEC, and he said he did. The feedback we've not gotten so that we will know what to do. Then the final one, where do you think the market is going? If you go by the charts that you've presented, and I think going by the last candlestick, the NSE index, the last candlestick is below the trend line.
Yeah.
Yes, the line.
Yeah.
And if you look at the MACD too, both the MACD and ADX, they are still, in fact, MACD is trending down. It's increasing, it's showing incremental decrease. So what is their general view of the market? I know that we are waiting for the Q1 results, which would take about 15 minutes, 15 to 30, 20 days to come out. So what is their general view and advice?
From the technical position of the market is still mixed. Yes, market has pulled back. I told you why market pulled now break down the support level of 47,000 naira. It's because of those high cap stocks that put the market up. Also, they don't took profit on them or sell off in them that brought the market, especially the markdown of GTB and the profit taking in Nestle and in MTN. These are high cap stocks that if you look at the market now, market is having less. I want to look at something now, quick one for the week. For the week now, you can see that the mixed sentiment in the market is still there. But we experience a more sell position during the week under review. But we're having a sell sentiment of almost 93 against buy sentiment. And you know, I said there's panic selling since this war started in
Russia
and Ukraine. And you can see that market have been in a distribution phase all this while. It just entered a decline phase now, which I know it's possible that market can turn out of this decline phase any moment, depending on information. Because we have enjoyed the market at the accumulation stage, we climbed the market when we saw the markup. Markets have been on a sideways movement, which we call consolidation stage. But now I break down that consolidation down, say that market is becoming weaker. But the good thing is that if you are in stocks that has good fundamental and you expect something fine, but those that you have made profit, nothing stops you from taking your profit at this point. Take your profit because it is that Q1 that wants to bring another energy or force to the market. When you start seeing Q1 number, it will change the face of the market because long-term investor, even the PFAs will start positioning ahead of the year because they are long-term investors. They will start building money. They don't invest like you and I that when we see results, we'll start reacting. When you see results, they do analysis, look at the sector and what is sustaining in that sector, and they start buying ahead gradually before the year end. That is how they do their own investment, which I believe also going to change the face of the market and from one class in also the Q1. But I said it earlier that the kind of performance we saw post the COVID-19 shift and that of 2021, is it going to continue in 2022? Which this Q1 number we're expecting will give us an insight. And also don't forget that what is happening in globally is going to influence local company performance. Even those that are depending on imported raw materials, that's going to affect them. That is why, like I said in the comment class, those companies that have done backward integration will see that there's potential, because I always say it in this class that when you see a company that is doing well, you are seeing positive earnings, it's going to go a long way to support the price, either in the short term or in the long run, or immediately or later. But it has a way because that will support the dividend payout, that will also support the price. If earnings is good, and which company in Nigeria is going to sustain that earnings in 2022, it's very key, because we have seen that if you look at even our GDP, like I said in one of the programs, that our GDP before we have been benchmarking against that period, negative period, and that impacted the GDP very nice. We're saying we have made a 4% growth in a quarter, but did this one. I want to see from this first quarter to where we are going to benchmark with the last year to see whether we are really growing as a nation. That's why in the last FPC meeting, the wisdom that they used to retain the rate is not to just deflate or just kind of deflate the recovery we are seeing. That it is this year that we see companies that are doing well, but I will tell you the sector and the management style and the shareholding structure, all I've mentioned earlier in my presentation will guide you to know the company that will do well in this year so that you can position ahead of it. Like we just said in the meeting that in the coming master class, those customers that I call them strong group in that group that we know that they can use to play defensive. and also strong sector that you can then will be discussed, and how to buy into those stocks will also be discussed at the meeting, so that at the end of the day, you stay ahead of the market, even within the second quarter 2022, because we are in the right stock. This is how to go about investment, for the rest of the year. Because we're going to do a master class, we're going to do the question and answer to guide everyone to know exactly what to do per time. Because I'm telling you, as the market is changing, we're supposed to change our strategy to stay ahead of the market. Because if you are using the kind of strategy you use in 2020 here, you're going to get your finger burned. You have to change your strategy to meet what is happening in the market. That's the only way to go. And I don't forget I said that a company with strong fundamentals and a good prospects are going to outperform the market. What I mean that if the company is doing well, you can see what UCAP return, what Vital return, even what PTI return, what return in terms of capital return is far better than what the market has done. And if they maintain such momentum, we're going to see more surprises this year in some companies that has a good earnings. For me, that's the way to go 2022. Yeah.
Okay, Ambrose, just for the enlightenment of others. For PSET, PSET, you've said it all. Their top line has improved tremendously, but their bottom line is a window dressing. If you see, I think we have about 5.6 billion as
yes, which I mentioned,
a profit after tax.
Exactly.
And the whole of that, 100% of that comes from other income.
Yes.
Which is not part of their trading activity. So I think already it has been priced into it by the technicals, but I don't know what you think about the future of PZ, because their real bottom line is negative. If you take that 5.6 other revenue, which now dovetail into the profit and loss, net profit for the year, so their bottom line is zero. What do you think of what is the future of PZ?
Well, I will say that the bottom line is not zero, because if you remove that, they still have about almost 2 billion against 1 billion, which is also positive. But the good thing is that their top line, I always say that when a corporate top line, that means you are into another market or you are looking into a new market. Their top line has a good growth. 24% is from 50-something billion to 7 billion. It's a good one. But as you just said, let's know that this is like one of good effects, because about 5 billion, who I mentioned that it's other income. But let's see what will come to their final year. But this is that quarter already. Then at the end of the year, we will not support. As trader, which I said earlier, that for those in finance signal, they admit our target. We'll be giving signal to say, don't say because you have seen impressive number, good dividend will come. Because this will not be sustained in their next quarter. If it is sustained, it's fine. But for those that made money that enter at 6 naira, at 9 naira, you have made almost 3 naira, not to stop your take profit, but because as I said, the earnings are not justified to continue in that direction. That means you need to also take profit and watch what is happening in BZ.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah.
When is you up?
Okay, I've called you before. You didn't answer. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe I went somewhere.
Yeah.
Please, my question is this. I want to find out whether it's part of the practice of NGX now to mark down a company without AGM. Because I found that UBA was marked down and UBA had not had its AGM. What is happening?
No. Markdown is different from AGM. Markdown is where you will do what we call price adjustment. They want to take away the dividend you are paid from your price. That is called price adjustment. It's after your AGM that they pay you. Hello, are you there?
Yes, that was told it was marked down very day, but that has not been practiced before.
No, UP have a markdown. Even GTB have a markdown. We're expected to mark down Zenith Bank either next week now. But for me, for UBA to have a markdown, we're telling UBA also to start looking up, when they are first quarter in the market and they beat market expectation. Fine. But for GT Bank, for me, at the price it is now, I think GT Bank is among the stuff for this week that I want to share. It's a good one to buy for those that want to take position ahead of that core number, and for those long-term investors, it's the time to buy GTB. But for UBA is very good for those that want to enter. It's not the price that I just said that. That means if you buy now, you are not qualifying for the dividend. Yeah. Okay, another hand is up, Mr. Dairo. Yeah.
Hello, Ambrose. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my question is on Starling.
Okay.
Then livestock.
Okay.
UPDC Caverton.
Okay.
And Unilever.
Okay.
What is really happening in those companies? Because Caverton, now that price of oil is up, I think Caverton should start picking up.
Okay.
And Starling is just, well, I don't think I don't see anything that they are doing.
Okay, let me
Then
start from.
you advise us that we should still hold the livestock.
Yes.
But it just looked like a Biku stock.
Abiku?
Yes.
I didn't understand the Abiku. What Abiku means, sir? Sorry, sir. Let me explain to you now. For livestock, for livestock, I will tell you that the sector where it's operating, they are kind of incentive for those sector. And this company for years have been in red account. For the past 3 years, we're not seeing improvement in their performance, which also in 2021 we saw it their kind of number they believe. Okay, but they've not paid dividend, and now as a third quarter, their numbers is not actually bad. But let's see what they're going to do at the end of the year, because people are inside. Don't forget that this government also are looking at this feeding ourselves. That means that agriculture will be having attention. If they're having access to cheap funds, it's going to be a plus for livestock. We are there in livestock, but I said in this class that to sell half of it. I remember you will be able to that. You know what I say? You can sell half of it to enter and watch half. What I mean, you have 70% of your position. Or if you are still there, you have not sold, I will say, hold, let's see the number first, and we'll see what to do going to the future. Therefore, for Sterling Bank, I told you that the banking sector, I'll say it everywhere, that this sector is where there's kind of volatility, you can make money in and out. If you have entered Sterling, it has not gone up. So it's a patient. We saw volume, and I think that volume is also a signal to know. And we have not seen their unaudited account. We have not seen the audited account. Let's see the result come first for Sterling. That's why if you're in Sterling, don't quickly just jump out because price have not moved. You can see that it goes up for 2 days, it comes down the third day. That means there are still activities in the stock. Those is patient for Sterling. We believe that Sterling also likely to pay dividend. And I told you earlier, yes, there might not be something so fantastic in having a 2 license because they are operating as a non-interest bank and also commercial bank. That should also be a plus for them, ideally. But let's see the results first before we can conclude for them. For Unilever, I tell you that Unilever surprises. We are seeing surprise already in PZ. That Unilever is also going to see surprise in Unilever because the way we are seeing their major foreign investors in different companies in Nigeria, because of them taking back their dividend, they are not finding it easy. They are taking it to buy, kind of increase their stake in Nigeria. I see that happen also happening in Unilever. That means if Unilever can pay dividend this year, and that will also be a plus for them. For me, if you're in Unilever, don't panic out again. So I see that the sector. But another thing is that Unilever, look at their product line. Is there are they importing most of their raw material for this product line we're seeing? Look at the nature of their product. They source it within Nigeria. This is also going to kind of give you kind of confidence to see if you will hold on Unilever. But like I say, I'm a technician. I combine the two, fundamental and the technical to take my decision. But I see that technically the stock is not looking bad because they have a strong support level that has not broken down for a long time. And that's one level for Unilever is around 13 naira. 13 naira 5 kobo and 13 naira 10 kobo. For a long time, you have not broken down that level. There's something that is holding in there. When another thing that will come, you take it higher above 14 naira to almost 17, depending on what will come. Just a side patient if you are in stock. But I always say that before, always use your stop loss, because if you have lost kind of 20% in the stock, it becomes difficult for you to sell. But if you are using your stop loss very actively and very well, once you lost 7% in the stock, you can sell out with less. Those in buy and signal. Our stop loss is 7%. We don't wait because it's a trading account. It's not for who. That's why I said have the long-term portfolio and have the short-term. But if you're a short-term player, your stop loss will be very active. That once you lost 7%, you sell. Unless when you are lost 20%, 30%, you find it difficult to sell, because if you sell that, you want to go to where you can make 60% to come to to recover your money and also say you buy profit. That's why you know how to use your stop loss at any given time, that it can protect you, help you to manage your capital effectively. Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
UPDC Caverton.
Okay, Caverton. Okay, Caverton for me. I said it in one of the program either on Wednesday in the live class. Caverton has formed a good strong support level, and you mentioned that this all year thing, we believe that it will have impact because their last year result 2021 was not impressive. It was what brought the price down from 1.72 kobo to where it is now. But I said the stock are going to a strong support level. But waiting for any trigger if you are going to enter that stock at this point because 1.31, 1.29, 1.31 has been a strong support level for Caverton. But you can start buying gradually because if Q1 come and it's positive, it's going to move the price of Caverton in the up direction. I'll say that because we're seeing that the high price of oil is going to rub on them because they are the one that take most of these oil companies to their different location for exploration. That was also they are going into kind of agreement or contract to service most of their services center for the military headquarters and all those stuff. It's a good one for Caverton. Let's wait to see their number for Caverton. But for UPDC number for me is not too good, and they're not paying dividend in their last financial year for what result I saw. What you do, UPDC, you want to use your chart to trade that stock. Now there's a pattern in UPDC that I've said in terms of price. Whenever it comes around 90 kobo or between 90 kobo to 99, the price will always bounce back up again to around 130 kobo to come back. You can treat that oscillation. But for now, we have not seen a strong number. I would say you should hold that position, but you can be going in and out for UPDC. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Access. Okay, Mr. Ambrose.
Access.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah.
Mr. Ambrose.
Go ahead, sir.
On GTB, actually, if you look at the charts, GTB has been on a persistent downtrend since about 2018 or so.
GTB. GTB. Let me call up GTB chart now. So let's see what you are saying. Let me see GTB chart. Okay, this GT Bank chart. I can see there is a weekly chart. Let me bring it to daily chart before we come back here. This GTB chart, and for me, you see this chart is not looking bad, but you see this point, it goes up and down the T line here and here. Now, as we speak now, it's almost the T line, but there's a candlestick formation. Let me expand it so that you will see what I mean here. There's a candlestick formation pattern here at this point now. You can see it here. And this is a daily chart. This is a sign for me. This is a sign for me to buy GTB because I'm seeing GTB is close to cross the T line, and I'm seeing a resistant candlestick here, pattern here. After the mark down, look at where it is. You can see. Then not to stop me in buying this stock at this price to go up. And also you can see that even here, you can see that the ADC is not strong because it's below 20. When your ADS is below 20, say that the strength is weak. But because you are buying for expectation and for long term, it's not because in the financial sector, you can take position because of your T line and this candlestick formation. You can also wait for a confirmation to cross first before you jump in. But this will tell you to be ready to buy what? To buy GTB. Either you want to wait to cross first, but once you buy a cross off now, you can jump into what? Into GTB. GTB, yes.
But you are not looking at the price adjusted candlestick.
Hello?
I say you are not looking at the price adjusted candlestick, which is below there.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't see. Yeah. But good. Yeah. You said something. You can see also this chart that it has ready to go up. This was it went to mark down. Fine. Thank you for drawing my attention. I like that. I didn't even see it. I was even talking with this one here. You can see that for those that are taking long, nothing stops you from entering GTB now because nowhere GTB go from here and up. And that's why I say if you're going to buy GTB, you're going to buy all at once. You buy what in stages. At 23 naira something, GTB is a good stock to start buying. But if you want to buy 2 million, you don't buy it at once. Buy it in different stages to watch the trend. But once they cross the T line, we now know that yes, the stock has started another journey entirely. Yeah. I understand your yes, I didn't see it, but if you
but, if you go to the weekly chart, you will find that even this price adjusted.
Hold on, let's go to this weekly chart. Can see the information there is below the T line. Like anything that this presenting the markdown. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
This measure there for me. Once it's above it, nothing stops us from entering the stock at this point.
Yeah. But if you reduce this one now and you take a trend line from almost 2020.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay.
Yes, okay, from that tip there, right? If you take a trend line, you will find that even this price adjusted is within a trending channel. Which,
if you want to take a trend line, if you draw this line, take a trend line from here. Let me do something. Just hold on. You are in a class. You are not hurrying. If you take a trend line from this position, you can see that this is a double bottom here already for GDP. So what happened after going double? But here now, if you take a trend line from here, let me tell where is the trend line? Okay. Take a trend line here. This is a trend line here. Yeah, it's just the markdown that brought the price up. That means for me, it's a good stock to enter because it has not even touched this one. When it touched this one, if it touched this price here, it will not be another double bottom. It has not come to this level. And I know that 23 naira, if you want to get to here, that is around 20 naira, around 20 naira, 60 people at this point, which I don't know, GDP might not go to that level because of the sentiment in GDP. But at this 2 naira, at 23 naira, that start accumulating GDP stage by stage, they could go to buy. Yeah, because I know that when the acute Q1 comes to the market, it also support the price to a level. Okay. Are you there?
So my second question is on NGX group.
NGX group, I said it in one of my videos that NGX is trying to form a trending pattern. If that is sustained, it's so that we can do in and out at 20 to go out at 24, 21 to go at 25, 25 to go at 28. But we want to see that trend sustained. Once that pattern is sustained, yeah, you can now trade that stuff. Let me quickly look at it first before I round off the class. And that will be the last question for today. Our time is fast spent. Let's look at that NGS before we can call it a day. Let me call the NGS chart also up. This is the chart for NGS on a weekly chart, but let's take it back to a daily chart. You can see this is the daily chart for NGS. You can see the pattern of is coming. You can see the movement of the stock one line here go up. You can trade this up and down, and that would be also a good one for me. You can trade the up and down movement. For speak now, you can see that the stock is resisting what decline here. You can see this this stock called Doge or Hammer, I need to call it Hammer. Instead of resisting a decline on a daily chart, you can see it here. Only that this chart we're using stop at 20. Because yesterday they didn't send price, said they have to the price. But the guide for us can see it's price here. But for me, it's also closing almost on top of the T line. It's a good one. But once this pattern is confirmed that we are seeing this trending up and down, you can see it here. Come down, you can see it trend here up, come down here, go here, come down again, you cannot trade NGS. It's a good one. There's no cost to allow for NGS. Yes, good one. Let me take this question at like one day. Okay, what happened to Access? For me, Access, nothing wrong happened to Access. Access is planning to list their holding company, and that is why when they get the court order, they worry that all your position in Access remain intact. Whatever you have in Access is still Access, for those to list their holding company. And also there is also a plan that this their holding company, after looking at their subsidiary, might likely be listed on the OTC market. So I believe assets as planned already, like always tell people that assets is a two categories of stock, value stock and good stock. And you know that if you look at the market globally, good stock are performing a value stock now. But also it's sweep, you know, keep one way or the other. But I believe that I'm seeing a potential in assets. For those in assets, whether they are suspended trading, that should not panic, but rather hold your assets firmly and also watch what is going on. Assets have good potential to take you to where you are going. Yeah. Thank you and God bless you.
Hello, Ambrose. What about fixing, please? Fixing.
Fixing, I mentioned fixing is not that only that they pay 50 global, but that 50 global for me, it's also represent 100% growth in their pay as well. Not enough, but the earnings of fixing and the sector, that's where it's going. If you're fixing, don't panic out, hold your position. And those that are coming for masterclass, we're going to look at all this stuff, what we should see in them, at the same time, how we can trade them, how can we take trading profitability gradually there. We're going to take profit either in stages and all. We'll be doing it in such stuff. We'll discuss them in detail during the masterclass, but that is why such masterclass, I will encourage every one of us here to be there, so we have know how to trade our stop loss effectively, how to use our profit target effectively, our entry and exit strategy effectively to manage this volatility and uncertainty that comes with the election year going to the future. Thank you and God bless you. For our stock for this week, because I have them already here, our stock for this week, we're taking just two stocks already while waiting for others to release their audited account. Tell you that we are there already for them to release their result. That means we don't need to jump into one. Let's wait to see the result because already end. But those new positions that we can take now is those in fidelity, hold your fidelity position. Don't let's want to take profit. We have made profit, but I'll wait to see the result of fidelity. For stock to buy today, enter GT. GT Bank is number one. I told you I only buy two stocks this week. GTP is one. We want to see the Magna Zenith Bank. Another stock we want to buy Africa Prudential. Africa Prudential, their Q number will bring a turnaround in that company. As you have seen it. Let's see. We know what happened the previous year, why their numbers were not too good. From Q1, might see an uptrend in both in Africa Prudential. The stock I will advise you to take position now is GT Code and World and Africa Prudential. These are the two stocks we are taking for this week. Thank you and God bless. Others like Fresco, we are holding on Fresco. Our assets, yes, if 70 people was not too attractive, but we are holding assets. If you are there, or let's have made profit, then we are holding our fidelity as I mentioned earlier. Fixing, we are not selling. That's why they are selling. They're paying 50 people. But if you want to jump out, you have made profit, nothing stop for jumping out from those positions. Thank you and God bless you all. Yeah. Let somebody quickly.
What you say about ETI?
GTI. I didn't say GTI. I said GT.
Okay, GT. ETI. What do we?
No, ETI. Hold position. Hold position. ETI is hold position. Hold. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Oga Bruce.
Yeah.
Please, I hope all these distractions we are having today, we're not going to have it in the master class because I don't know why somebody will bring out his or her time to listen to this program. He will come, he will not mute himself, and he allow people, even members of his family, to be disturbing the class. This is not good. Please.
It's master class. That's encouraging people that today we just saw some information. For life, almost like 3 classes, there are improvement. I don't know what happened today. And because I was talking, I was not monitoring the name of the person, but I think the person should hear from us now that please, next time, just know that we're in a class. You two have half of your time to join us. Let's take advantage of this time and use it effectively. Yes, let somebody pray for us before we quickly.
Hello, Ambrose, before we pray. Hello, Ambrose.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Please, before we pray, on Kafatan,
okay, sir.
To say that the increase in oil price will not reflect on Kafatan because if you go by the review of the account, the MD told us vividly Kafatan is being impacted by the COVID. The oil companies, they are not on full scale, and such contracts are on call out. If they don't call out the helicopters, they cannot use. But they have given us an insight that they are also into flight training, that is flight simulation. Almost it covers Africa. So that gives us hope for future for those that are holding it. But for the interim, yeah, technical can tell us another thing. Okay. Then Unilever, I've mentioned it here. If you look at the results of the bottom line of PZ, the 5.6 billion is not a real profit. It's from other income, sales of assets. So we cannot expect Unilever to mirror the performance of PZ, but it can mirror it on, top line, which is the sales, the revenue, but not on earnings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, class. Thank you. God bless you all. As usual, let somebody pray for us. A Muslim brother prayed at the beginning. Let a Christian brother or sister start up class for us. Thank you all, and God bless you. Quick one. Let somebody pray for us. Okay, let me pray from here in Jesus' name. Father, we thank you, we worship you for what you have done for us today. But I pray that we have discussed, Lord, the grace to go and implement it to us, Lord, in Jesus' name. That we have learned from this class, Lord, let it turn our portfolio for good, for profit to your own glory, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Father, we commit our master class coming up on Saturday to your care. Father, we pray that all we're going to discuss, Lord, if participants will go home, Lord, with what will impact their portfolio positively to your own glory, Lord, in Jesus' name. Father, say, let your will be done, Father.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus, for what you have done for us. In Jesus' precious name.
Amen. Amen. And amen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Enjoy your day. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. Enjoy your day too.
Yeah. Nice hearing from you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambrose. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.